What's up, guys? Welcome back to Biopilot Arms. Today, we've got a video of an Uber driver turning the tables on some bad guys. And you know what, man? I vastly enjoy this video. Mostly because this guy actually had a gun on him to protect himself because Uber's policy says that you are not allowed to carry a gun. But you know what? I would not do this job at all without having one on me. And that's just because the amount of crazy people that get into your Uber. I mean, I used to be an Uber driver. I used to do this job, and dude, some of the crazy people that get in your car, like, it's insane. I mean, I had somebody literally open my door on the highway in the fast lane. That people are insane. I digress. Anyway, so we're gonna take a look at this, and we're gonna talk a little bit about it. After we watch the full video, we'll go back and we'll talk about some of the things that happened. So the news story says that at least one of these guys went to meet Satan at 4:59 a.m. when he got to the hospital and was pronounced dead after being hole punched multiple times in the chest. And then the other one, who was also hole punched multiple times throughout his body, is in critical condition, while another guy is still on the run. So as you guys can see, it's late at night. This guy's just out doing his job. You know, as an Uber driver, you don't necessarily get to pick where you go, whether that be to pick somebody up or deliver food. In this case, the guy's delivering food. And when you're doing these things, you have to be very cognizant of your surroundings. You have to keep your head on a swivel. And this is coming from experience because I was an Uber driver for a while. And I tell you what, there are times and places that I will not drive. Those hours, I'm not driving it. If it's certain locations, I know that they're hot or could be hot, or they're known for crime, not going there either. If it's a combination of the two, oh yeah, no, definitely not happening. Not happening at all. Sometimes, even though you gotta make money, it may be more beneficial to do it at other times if you can, or get a different job, man. I understand that not everybody can do that, but if you're going to, at the very least, take a gun with you if you're able to, because Uber's policy is not law, and I would never do that job without having some way to protect myself. So anyway, as it goes forward here, you can see that this guy is, it's a pretty big bag, and for those of you who may not know, when you go to drop off the food like he's doing here, you usually have to take a picture of the food. And so he's probably, trying to set the food down nice and neat because he seems to be, careful with it. And that's when these criminals come walking up on him. And bam, they come in and they start accosting him. And you can actually hear him. No. And you can hear in that, okay, you can hear that at least one of them is armed because he's saying, hey, I'm going to shoot you. And the other guy's like, hey, no. Just don't shoot me. I'm not a threat. I'm not this. And we know that he's carrying a gun, but what he's not doing is drawing from the drop. He is not facing the guy who has the gun and saying, yes, I'm going to shoot this guy immediately right now. He's waiting. He's purposefully complying, and he's waiting until he has the opportunity to counter ambush them, right? Because he just got ambushed himself. And so he needs to wait for his opportunity, which is good. I do like that. I do like that he purposely complied and is waiting for his turn. Now you'll notice if we back up just a little bit.
No, no, no. No, no, no. Yeah.
Now right here you'll notice that he waits until they split up, right? One guy gets in the car, and now there's only two other guys, which is still a lot, but it seems like only one of them has a weapon. So you've got two guys, but only one guy's got a weapon, and then the third guy has now gotten into the vehicle. So they split up in a way that he could counter ambush them. And I couldn't really see what he was doing in the corner there. It looked to me, it looked like he fell to the ground and was like, no, no, please don't shoot me, and was cowering like this. And in that, he like rolled down and then probably pulled a gun from concealment and then took shots at that first guy. And so that guy goes running. He takes off, runs around the corner, and then the other guy comes running around the car. You'll see right here. It was very difficult to see, but there are three guys. The one guy ran this way and up that way, and then the other guy came around this car and is over here, and then there's one guy in the car. I think it's hilarious that these guys think they're so dang tough until, somebody shoots back, and then it's, no, please, beg for my life. Please! Oh my god, no, please don't kill me. It's like, did you even think about that before you put this guy in fear for his life? Because, no, you didn't. And now you're crying like a little bitch. And it is, like, hilarious to me that they're all tough until, bullets start coming their way. And you can see right here, he turns and takes another shot at the guy that's down here. And I had to rewatch this like twice because I thought there were only two guys. And I actually made the mistake of thinking there were only two guys. And then I was confused when the other guy runs across the screen later. And you'll see that here in a second. But you can see he's shooting right here at that other guy. And the first guy has already run away. Now, there's this guy that he's shooting at, and then the other guy who's in the vehicle. Now, two things I want to talk about. If we back up a little bit, if you listen to how fast he is shooting, I don't think that he is actually looking down his sights and seeing what he's shooting. I think he is strictly panic shooting because he is shooting so fast that it seems like he's just blasting. Like, listen to how fast these are. That does not, to me, sound like somebody who is actually aiming. One, because of how fast, but two, you'll notice he was only using one hand. So when you're engaging a target, especially if it's multiple targets, you want clean shots because you need to end the threat as fast as possible. If you're going to be shooting one-handed and shooting that fast, I struggle to see how he hit anything. Even at close range, you can miss. I mean, if you look here, he's now turned his back to this guy. Now, I don't know if he knows for sure whether or not this guy's like down or not. I think he may have assumed that he got that guy in the car and that guy's no longer a threat. But you can see that he's possibly still a threat. Because he's going back over to this first guy who I'm assuming is the one that had the gun, which is why he goes around the corner to shoot him again, because he doesn't know if that guy's a done deal or not. You can see this guy had a gun, that could have been a problem because he turned his back entirely to this guy. I would not have chased out here into the unknown because look, that was three guys, and when he first started shooting, he didn't know exactly where everybody went. It's hard to keep track of multiple targets like that when something like this is going on. Then he went around the corner and put himself in a bad position between two guys who one of them he knows has a gun, and the other one he's not quite sure. That could have been very bad. I personally would have shot at these two guys and then consolidated my position back behind the front end of the car because the front end of the car, the engine block, is bulletproof. It is cover. It's the only part of the car that's cover, okay? So I would have consolidated there. I would not have gone running out, right? Because now you're running out into the dark because there's no lights over here. There's light here in the driveway, but there's no lights over there. I would not be running out into the dark. to go and chase these guys down. The key takeaways from this are stay aware of your surroundings, okay? When you're doing a dangerous job like this, you need to absolutely stay aware of your surroundings, keep your head on a swivel, and especially in areas that you're not quite sure of, always be looking out for stuff like this, right? 2, when it's multiple targets, do not draw from the drop, which he did very much correctly. He didn't draw right away. He waited until they kind of split up and were distracted, and then he went to work. And I like that. But then he did something that it goes back to your basic like training. If you train to hit the target at quarter-second splits, then okay. If you know that that's the base of what you're going to be able to perform at in a situation like this, then that's what you're going to end up performing at. But if you don't train regularly and you don't go to the range and you don't actually, rapid fire like that, then what's going to happen is you're going to fire entirely too fast, and you're going to end up like this guy where he just went through most of his magazine in like 5 seconds, and he used one hand. And you just let you buy a gun and you're like, well, that's all I need to do. I have the gun. That makes me invincible. It does not make you invincible. Okay, you need training. So you need to go get training and make sure that you know what you're doing with the gun. And yeah. And then last of all, do not go chasing the bad guys off into the unknown regions. Like, there were 3 of them. How often do you think that you're going to get robbed by 3 people? Not that often. Usually it's 1 or 2, but 3 people is a little bit more rare. So running off into the darkness, maybe there's a 4th person you don't know about, and you go around that corner and now there's another guy with a gun, right? Like, you have no idea what is out that direction. Maybe they were in a getaway vehicle around the corner, and when you round that corner, you get run over. Like, there's so many more possibilities of what could potentially happen. I would have liked to have seen him just consolidate his position and call the police. Okay, wait for the police to get there and then go from there. But don't go running out. This goes for your house too. Like, if somebody breaks into your house and you shoot at them and they leave the house, don't go chase them outside. Nothing good is outside. Nothing good is in this dark alley. Just stay where you can see things and where you can stay behind some type of cover. These bushes are not cover. Okay, the front of the car is cover. Okay, I think that we can learn some decent lessons from this. What do you guys think? Like, do you think that this defender did a good job? Do you think that the things that I pointed out are things that he could do better on? And how would you have reacted to this? Like, what would you have even tried to draw on 3 attackers? Would you have just been like, you know what, take the car? You tell me in the comments down below. Anyway, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Do all the algorithm things and click all the buttons, and I'll see you guys next time.